The next technique we're going to look at is the Dogbar, which is a knee bar from bottom half guard using the hips and legs. Personally, I find it more effective than the regular knee bar, and it is a very easy attack that you can also mix in with your sweeping combinations. So we'll start off in the regular underhook half guard position. So again, we've done all this before, but we'll come through and we'll get through to here. Okay? We'll start from the outside first. So the thing we have to take into account, to do this, to successfully attack the person's knee, I need to have the connection between his knee and my hips. So this means that the exact position I'm going to start from will always be from the lockdown. Because if I don't have that connection there, if I have a normal position for the sweeping half guard, you're going to end up with it twisted and his knee will be outside my hips and I'll have no connection directly between my pelvis and his kneecap, which is what we're trying to attack. So the first thing I have to do is line up his leg with my hips, and that's always done with the lockdown. So we start with the underhook, that's fine. I will switch in and I will establish the lockdown as normal. Now, what I do with the other hand will depend a little bit, but I'm going to show the ideal grips first. The ideal grips for me is to have my elbow in front of his shin here. So normally, again, I'm hooking just here. Here, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to go in front of his leg rather than underneath his thigh. I'm going to shoot through, and I'm going to use my hips to bump him up a little bit to bring him up here. And what I want is to have my elbow here on his shin here. Now, the next thing I'm going to try and do is to bring my hands around here, and I'm going to connect my hands behind his hip here. Okay, so this locks me very tight, and it makes it very hard for him to rotate out or change positions. You can do other angles, but this gives me the best overall control, in my opinion. So this pulls in tight. I'm usually going to go to an S grip because your arms usually aren't long enough to really lock anything else. So my fingers will lock together here. Okay. Once I have that, I'm going to bring myself down a little bit more, and I'm going to place my left foot directly over his ankle here, pinning his leg straight. My right foot is going to cross over that. I'm going to adjust my pelvis so it's underneath his kneecap, and then I'm going to bridge up, keeping his foot pinned down, and extend my hips through to get the finish from there. Again, we can combine this with sweeps, which we'll look at afterwards, but for the basic finish, this is it. You go lock down, you slide down to pin the ankle, you pin his foot to the floor, and then you bridge up, making sure your hips stay in alignment. I might be slightly to one side, or I might bring him all the way over me to here. In either case, I'm still in alignment with his knee, so then when I bridge up, you go directly onto his knee, and you get the tap fairly easily from there. That is the Dogbar from underhook half guard.